In this video we're going to look in a little bit more detail at some of the finer points of the squat. So Sarah's just going to demonstrate a squat here. So just down to the box and up. I suppose first few key points we're going to look at is the alignment of her hip, knee and ankle. So as she squats, there's a straight line here between her hip, knee and ankle. So they're both moving in, or they're all moving in one direction. And as she stands up, they continue to move in one direction. So what we don't see is as Sarah squats down, we don't see her knees buckling inwards, putting the rotational stress on her knees and hips. We see them in a nice line with the shape of her hip socket. So her feet are slightly turned out, which is a good position for her. If we look at that from the side, we also notice that she's got nice engagement, so nice natural curve of the spine, abdominal engagement, and as she squats, the hips move backwards, the weight's still in the heels, so she's not rising up on her toes, she's sitting down into the heels. We can see the hip hinge, we can see the knee bend, and again, as we saw from the front, they're tracking knees over toes in the same direction as the toes, and she's in a nice strong position at the core. So some key faults on this would be as Sarah squats down, if she loses her lumbar spine. So if she starts to crowd forward, lose tension in her lumbar spine here, so we'd get her to correct by sitting on the box, straightening up, again pushing the knees out to get the glutes firing, to help engage the muscles of the back and the hips to help us stay a little bit more upright. That would be one of the key faults. The other one would obviously be the knees collapsing inwards. So again, we'd cue the person as they sit to push the knees out, to keep weight down in their heels and to drive up from there. Okay, so if you don't have a box at home, or if you've been doing the squat down to the box for a while and you want to try progress onwards a little bit and maybe to the freestanding squat. So if we look at Sarah doing a freestanding squat, again it's going to be the same as it was in the box. She doesn't need the box to squat. In fact, she can get great depth on this, and if you look at that from the side, as she stands up, she's got super depth, and then stand up again. Good, so normal hip range of movement. Again, not everybody will be able to work to that level, but what we can do is use a doorway squat. So if we use a doorway as a point of stability, we'll just pull this door open. It can help us. Again, we can work on the frame or on the actual door, but in this position, Sarah can use maybe the handles here for a little bit of stability as she squats to help keep her upright. And also with the door, it prevents her from forward leaning, as we don't want to hit her face off the door, so we can use the handles of the door again to help train the squat if we're stuck for a box or an object to get down low enough to. So again, that's just a quick review of some of the key points of the squat.